Welcome to the Caution Flag Contemplations Podcast, a racing show for the fans by a fan. Welcome into this special Labor Day episode of the Caution Flag Contemplations Podcast. We have your three hosts, Casper the Ghost, D-Watt, JP. D-Watt is worn down, boys. He's worn down. It's been a tough weekend up there in Nashville, slaying the, you're married now. You weren't up there slaying the bachelor parties, I guess, bachelorette parties. So, sorry about that, but sounds like you had a good time. JP's been working because he's a real man. He don't take days off.
Yeah, I'm not part-time like you two fellas.
Congratulations. I would say how many hours I worked last week, but somebody from work might hear this podcast, and they don't need to know. Good weekend for me. Grilled some burgers, went to the zoo. Wife had to work, so just kind of chilling. But, it wasn't a bad weekend overall, I guess. Hung out today, made some burgers. Did y'all have some burgers, JP? No?
They actually did grill burgers and hot dogs at work today for everybody, so yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow,
they got money for that?
I guess, somewhere.
Whew, man, that's coming straight out of the Ferrari budget. All right, well, D-Watt, don't talk about pickleball this time.
Okay,
we
I know.
Your full weekend breakdown from Nashville, so I guess this is Saturday to Monday, so we'll sit back, relax, and enjoy a Sprite.
All right, so Saturday, went up to Nashville. On the way up there, we did some stops and did some shopping. So I got a little show and tell. Got me a button, an old button. Got me a pennant, a couple of pennants, a couple of NFL pennants. One was the old school.
Is that Aaron Rodgers?
Jets.
They've still never won a Super Bowl.
And then Vikings.
Oh, my goodness.
Pennant. Those were all I think they were like $5, something like that, which I like to find things on the cheap. And so I bought that. I got me a postcard. Old Yankees dad. I'm sure he's going to like that one a lot.
Yankee Stadium?
Yeah, old school Yankee Stadium.
Okay, well, don't be showing us Christmas presents. I do like this part of the show. Next time we do this, we're going to call this the Caution Flag Contemplations Antique Roadshow Edition. But
so that was cool. Got a little something to do to get out of the car for a little bit on the way up there. There's a couple of stores that we always stop at on the way to the Nashville area. So that worked out. That was a lot of fun. Then Saturday night, went to the Sounds baseball game. And I got a pin and I got a magnet from the store. I've been once before, so I already had my pennant from there. So that was cool. Me and my wife went up there for the weekend. Went to the Sounds game first. Great atmosphere, cool place to see a baseball game. So I'd highly recommend the Sounds. And I was caught red-handed wearing a Brewers t-shirt. They are the Brewers AAA, the Sounds are. So I was proudly wearing. My wife was wearing a Brewers shirt. I was wearing a Brewers shirt. So it was just
That's
a Brewers.
Okay.
Brewers kind of weekend there, probably at least a Saturday night Brewers.
I've come off of that whole you can't wear it down thing. I guess I offended a lot of people on TikTok, and I realized that I don't know. I guess if you want to wear it, I'm still not wearing a Chase Elliott hat to a racetrack that's dirt, because if you do that, somebody's gonna hit you. But no, I mean it's okay at baseball. I mean, they're affiliated, right? I didn't know that though.
Yeah, they are affiliated. So that was cool. Great game. They won 10-0, I believe. It was a blowout, but it was a good crowd. It was good to see with football starting back up, who all would come out for a Saturday night game. And also got a bobblehead. I forgot about this. Got a bobblehead. It was bobblehead giveaway of the coach, don't trash Tennessee. And the stash is what bobbles. So that was pretty unique.
Bobble stash.
Bobble
like
stash.
That.
There we go. Bobble stash. So that was cool. So all in all, Saturday night was cool. And then Sunday.
Hold on. Yep. I want because you've been to a lot of stadiums. I want to know where does that stadium fit in the ranking list?
Number one.
League.
I think it's top of the list for. It's just got a good vibe, good atmosphere. There's a lot to do. You got putt out in the outfield. You got speed pitch, which other parks have that. But just all in all, people. But I guess the funny part about this is, so you got football on. So there's a guy that was sitting right in front of me, and he was watching the Tiger, or I guess it was the LSU versus Clemson game. So he was watching that more on his phone than the game, but That's part of baseball. So I'd probably be doing the same thing. I didn't, but I would. It's easy to. So that's definitely the best park. It's got good size. The parking was easy. So I feel like they know what they're doing when it comes to putting on a good show for the fans. And I'd go again to another one.
That's good. All right,
so
start.
Saturday or Sunday was the IndyCar at Nashville. I've been once before, but this is my first race to see IndyCar. So it was I got to buy some things I don't have yet. So I bought a magnet, IndyCar magnet. I got a front tag to put in the garage, IndyCar.
No, you should put that on the truck. Come on now.
I could put it on the truck. That'd be good.
Get rid of that Ryan Blaney crap that's on there and put that up there. That'll look better.
Something that I thought was very unique was they had these chips that were shaped like IndyCar. So I was eating my Subway and then opened up the chips and came to find out they were shaped like a race car. So that was unique. And then they had a pin that I'll put in a box, IndyCar pin I'll put upstairs. They didn't sell a lot of like track merch, but I already had my hat and my koozie from when I went a couple years ago to the Cup race. IndyCar, I'll just give you a quick, like what's the difference between IndyCar and NASCAR.
Yeah.
Race-wise, and also kind of what I saw when I was going in via like the traffic and then when I was there. The race fans wear the pit jerseys. Almost like 100% of them were wearing a pit jersey, which we see that in NASCAR, but I feel like it's kind of going back to just the T-shirt with the car in the back, which is I'm kind of feel the same way about it. I was really into the pit shirts, which I still have some and I still wear them, but I feel like I'm starting to fade back to the cotton shirt with the car, with the car in the back. So that was kind of fan-wise. I saw that. I feel like there wasn't any tailgating going on. There wasn't any like campers out in some of the fields like we see in NASCAR. When you're pulling in, you start seeing campers. None of that going on. Didn't see any like shade tents where people were hanging out, cooking food, cooking hamburgers, hot dogs, stuff like that. That was no, but I didn't really see many people drinking any ice cold Busch like I was. I had a couple before. Fan zone I felt like was pretty similar. They had the tents instead of the trailers. It was packed in the tent. I got a shirt too. Forgot about that. Let's see here. Got me a shirt.
Man, baller this weekend.
Small front, big back. I think I spent $80 in the in the tent there getting my
on the shirt.
No, the shirt.
Okay.
The shirt was $34, and then the front tag and the pin and the magnet and stuff like that got up to about $80. Which I do. I probably do it everywhere I go when I go to a different event. So I feel like going to the race, felt like it had a different kind of vibe than NASCAR. They had like this concert that I could hear perfect from the car, and I was parked out in the grass, but they were rocking. I'm not sure on the name who was singing, but
Jason Aldean.
I could hear it perfect from the car. I'm like, man, I can't imagine I was right by the stage. But so we go in, and the cars weren't as loud as I thought they were going to be. I took some earplugs, and I took them out after a couple of laps. So that was unique, but man, they were fast. They shoot off like a bullet down the straightaways and into the corners. It had a different sound than NASCAR, but it was I guess my only thing I wish they could work on, which I get it, the cars don't have a lot of room, but I couldn't tell like who was who with like if it was the 12 car or the car number. It's kind of hard to see kind of where they have it. So it took a minute to catch on with that. Then I feel like it was a little bit hard to keep up with what was going on, which is kind of can be the same way at Bristol or other tracks. They're going by so fast. It was hard to hear the announcer, and I didn't take my headset. It sounded like, which I didn't see any other the headsets like I have. I guess I could have programmed it a different way.
Yeah.
But,
what's wrong with you? Why didn't you get off your lazy butt and program it like I did for the Indy 500? It only took 8 hours. I mean, come on now.
They do have an app it's all for free on the app. So I took my earbuds and I tried to have it going, but then I lost phone service, I guess, where it didn't work anymore. So I was just going to bank off using the app. But so I wish they would get back on the train and be friends with the company that does
Racing Electronics.
Yeah, Racing Electronics.
The best company in America.
Because I did some research and I saw this year they weren't going to work together. So, but the crowd was really good Sunday. It wasn't like sold out, but I'd say it was pretty close. But yeah, nice crowd. Hometown driver Joseph Newgarden got the win, and there at the end, I'll jump back to the race. But at the end, they had the champ doing his donuts over here, and then they had the winner get out of the car and celebrate with the fans. But it gets out to come into the stands. But with how the track is made, or just how they built the stands, like there's not a way to get down there. They had it blocked off, so really he ran to nobody really. So that was kind of a bust. There was a few wrecks. When those cars hit the wall, they like the wing falls off and whatnot, and it takes a while. I felt like it took longer than NASCAR to get just a one car wreck cleaned up, and how they hook up the car to a tow truck, like they use like something and it just picks it up and just drags it out in the air. So it's really unique how they do the hookup to the car. I feel like the cars were going quite fast under yellow. I feel like they were really zipping around under yellow flag.
They have to keep, otherwise they spin out because they have no downforce.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think they run around at, like JP might know. I think it's around like 90 to 100
it felt like
yellow. Yeah,
I was like, wow,
they're
really
slow. Yeah, it's not slow.
They're really getting it, which it all makes sense. One driver hit the wall pretty hard and had to get escorted to the local hospital. So it sounded like he was okay at the track, but they just wanted to take a double look at him at the local hospital. And I think that was the first time I've seen a driver have to go to the local hospital following a wreck.
Track.
Yeah, it was in the dirt track.
Dirt track time or two, but yeah.
So that was unique to see.
Who won the race? Newgarden?
Yeah, Newgarden.
Right.
Yep, and he's from Nashville, so the crowd really came unglued for him. And I guess kind of what we see in NASCAR is like the fans really get into the race, and they were really pointing them to the lead there a few times throughout the race. And but yeah, I mean it was a cool experience. Would I go again? I think so.
That sounds like a maybe. Maybe.
There's just a lot of rules at Nashville Super Speedway that I try not to get too caught up in the middle of. I just got to go by the rules with what you can and can't take in. I wish I could take ice in. I wish you could bring your own beer. I wish you could bring your own food. But I don't make the rules. I just got to go by them. So I packed the ice pack and the clear bag and took some drinks in and saved a little bit on that. But I feel like my wife enjoyed it. I'll get another recap on her.
She beat you, so that's good.
Yeah, so like she enjoys the baseball, and then she went to the race because it was something different. She'd never been to IndyCar either. And then today, I just got back here about an hour ago or so. I went to the zoo, to the Nashville Zoo this morning afternoon, and it was a big one. Got to see the zebra, and they had the tiger and the leopard, and it was a lot of people, and I bet they made a killing today. So
learned about some procreating. Did you see animals procreating when you were there? Or?
I saw all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, I saw that at the zoo.
I saw a lot at the Knoxville Zoo last time.
I don't listen. They're doing their best to get them animals bred for sure. Out here in the Knoxville Zoo. Oh no! Well, that's good, man. Sounds like you had a good time. One thing I noticed about the IndyCar thing, like just because you're out there, I just happened to look it up because I was curious. Their qualifying speed was and they ran like I guess 2 laps, and it was 47 seconds for their qualifying, and they averaged 201 miles an hour. And the Cup pole was Chase Briscoe at 29 seconds and 164 miles an hour. So you're talking about 40 miles an hour a lap faster, which is pretty freaking wild if you ask me. So one thing I saw from your video, that infield at Nashville is like huge, like the grass area to pit road. I mean, like that's kind of like you really couldn't see pit stops, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
looks like it was pretty far across.
It was pretty far across. Like most tracks, that's something that we don't really see, but for some reason that's how they built it.
It's just got to be the shape of the track, I guess. But well, maybe next time you go to Nashville for a race, it'll be Nashville Fairgrounds.
Yes,
they're trying to get that done. Congratulations on your first IndyCar race. You'll never want to go back. I've been to one. I don't want to go back. Sorry, IndyCar. But glad y'all had a good time with it. Well, other than that, there wasn't a whole lot of news to get into this week, really, in the racing thing. We're starting to get in that silly season on the dirt side in particular. You're starting to see guys drop, guys that get picked up. We talked last week about Joyner going to JCM. They had some car issues getting up there this week. You did have the real deal Don O'Neill back in the 71 house car for Masters Built, ran at Brownstown randomly out of the blue. So they had like some kind of memorial race or something he ran for that. That was cool. Other than that, local-wise around here, we had 3 Southern All-Star races. Vic Hill gets the win at Volunteer Speedway. First time I think I've ever seen Vic Hill win a race, like legitimately. Maybe once at Tazewell, I think I saw him win. I was thinking about that after I was texting last night. But Travis Foltz wins at Tazewell. The following night, Hayden Cardwell wins the BMF 604 race at Smoky Mountain Speedway in the house car. Then followed that up with a win at with the All-Star Crate Series for 7,000 to win. So he's back in that CVR house car getting it done in the 17 machine. Other winners, Hudson O'Neill won at Tyler County in the number 6 Rumley machine. Curious to see if he's racing the world with them or with SSI. Or not SSI. Yeah, SSI. So we'll see what happens there. If he's going to be in the 71 or the 6 this week. Kind of curious to see what happens there. But other than that, I don't know. Ryan Unzicker and Winger had a pretty decent race Friday out there in the Mars Series at Farmer City. I enjoyed that. They went back and forth a little bit. And then I think they raced at Fairbury on Saturday. But I just watched a little bit of that Friday night. It was a decent race. So other than that, to go ahead and knock the dirt side of things out. The Lucas Oil late models rolled into the Hillbilly 100 at the Lernerville Speedway. Interesting racetrack. I don't know. I really wanted JP to be here because I thought he has some insight from iRacing, but apparently he's abandoned us for his one true love. So maybe he'll be back, maybe he won't. But I don't know, man. It's racy. I don't have the walls. Yeah. And the walls not being there does that weird stuff. We need spotters. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But so Friday night, Albertson pretty much dominated the race, basically. He took the lead early. They had this thing where Ebert somehow spun and hit some water barrels, and they had to throw a red flag, which is not something that you see a whole lot, like the water barrel contact. Felt pretty bad for old Ebert there in 60. Like, I want to like that guy because he's cool, because he's like runs snowmobiles and all that stuff, but he's not too hot. I mean, rookie year, whatever. But I don't know. Lernerville's all right. Well, there's JP. Do you like Lernerville?
I used to.
Used to. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It races weird. Like, it doesn't race great. It's big enough, fast enough, no walls. But then, like, these cars are starting to get real aero dependent, and we're gonna see that this week for sure at Eldora too, I'm sure. But I don't know. Overall, Albertson's up dominating the race Friday night. I was like, oh yeah, there comes old Garrett Albertson. Who did he run into? Piss off. Cade Dillard. I guess we'll see him this week at Eldora. Maybe they'll race together. I mean, we got some rivalries coming up this weekend. But he gets the win over the 99 and 71. Congratulations to Albertson. Glad to see him get a win. All right, Saturday, we're on to the big show where it really matters. RTJ Davenport sit up front. Davenport's leading early. RTJ basically slides Davenport on like this yellow up front. And then it was a clean pass, but then the yellow came out. And he led. Davenport, after the race, was pissed off about the scoring situation. Basically, it was like, that tower don't know what the hell they're doing, blah, 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 blah. There's been some comments on social media just floating around there. I'm a Davenport fan. He has been lately. I'm just going to say it. It is what it is. I still wear the hat and everything, but, like, come on, dude. I mean, I don't know. Ricky didn't do anything wrong. They did. I don't know. I know D-Watt wasn't there. JP probably saw it. But he kind of tried to, like, slide around the top and he made a move on Ricky, but then Ricky didn't know he was up there and just pushed him over the back side of the racetrack. I was thinking, JP, if we had spotters, we wouldn't have this issue. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I actually like the idea of like trying spotters somewhere. Like try it at a one-off event, just see what happens. Racing Electronics. This episode's brought to you by Racing Electronics. We're out here trying to get Racing Electronics back into IndyCar, and we're trying to get them into dirt racing. So, I don't know. I mean, I would like to see him try it, see what happens. But I don't know. I didn't feel like it was a bad move. They had a good race. RTJ was just a little bit better than Davenport. Couldn't pass him. It looked kind of similar to Darlington. You get up behind the leader and you push, and got nowhere to go. He just couldn't get any ground on him. He tried late, just didn't quite have enough. So it was what it is. RTJ gets the win, pulling away in the points a little bit.
Which was my pick to win.
Yeah. It doesn't matter though, because I also got one right, and then I beat you on the tie. So. Tiebreaker goes to Casper. D-Watt finally lost a week. So, no, it is what it is. But overall, solid weekend. We're wrapping up. We're getting to the end of the season. You can tell some of these guys run out of patience, frustration, yada, yada, yada. Which leads us into a couple things I want to talk about. Going to Eldora this week. We got the rivalries. So I kind of want each of your prediction on yes, no, and then who's it going to be that hits each other. And the matchups essentially are Davenport-Pierce, Madden and RTJ, and then Alberson and Cade Dillard. These guys are going to have a chance probably to be around each other this week. I don't know Cade Dillard's going. The rest of them, I believe, are all going. So we'll see what happens. You think we're going to have any drama, or you think it's going to be boring?
I'll go first. I say there won't be a lot of drama, but I say Davenport will prevail and finish better than Pierce. And I really want to say, if he gets close to him, he's just going to slide him up, be very aggressive with the slider, and maybe knock the Pierce up out of the way. That'd be the hope. But I say Davenport will prevail on Pierce.
JP?
Well, they're all a bunch of bitches. Nobody's going to do anything, and Bobby Pierce is going to win by 10 seconds.
Man, he has spoken. He has spoken. That's interesting, I guess. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll give it to you. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I actually think the RTJ and Madden will probably race each other pretty hard and make some contact at some point. Davenport and Pierce are destined for contact, in my opinion. It's going to happen. And we'll see what happens. I don't think it can go good for Davenport, though, if you really want to know. I just don't see how that's possibly really going to work out for him. But I don't know. I think that them two is probably going to be racing for the win. Bobby took the weekend off, get his stuff cleaned up, ready to go for Eldora. I'm sure they're going to have 2 fresh bullets if needed. And I don't know. Bobby's going to be tough. He's won a lot of races this year, and if he goes and wins prelim and then wins Saturday, like, he's definitely driver of the year, right? I mean, kind of regardless of what happens the rest of the year in my mind. So we'll see what happens there. If Davenport goes and wins, and, you kind of put him back in the talk. But right now, I think if I do like a power ranking, I think I'd probably go Bobby, RTJ, then Davenport right now. So we'll see what happens. I want to see the drama, though. I want to see him.
Oh, yeah. Give me some drama.
I will say this. I think I just Davenport, ever since that Bobby Pierce thing a couple weeks ago, his patience and frustration is boiling over. And there's a lot of talk, and he's got enough people are talking the talk, including me, and he'll hit somebody. So we'll see what happens there as they go into that 12,000 twins Thursday and Friday, and then 72,000 to win on Saturday for the 55th World 100. Going to be a bunch of cars there. There's 65 cars there for the Baltus Classic. Sunday night, they ran their 2 features. I thought 65 was a strong field for that, considering everything else that was also going on. So, looking forward to see what happens out there in Rossburg, Ohio. Want to go. It's like we've been once, and every time they race there, I feel sick when I'm not there. It's weird. It's just one of those. It's just strange, but hollow ground, I suppose, is what they would say. So we'll see what happens there. But other than that, not a whole lot going on this week. We already talked about the other winners, so pretty much it's this on the schedule this week. I think there's another $10,000 win race somewhere in Georgia or something like that, maybe Screven or something like that. But pretty much anybody's going to be at Eldora this week. So what happens. Got all the wraps out. JP super excited about that Hunt the Front 10 and white machine.
The ugliest race car that has ever graced this earth. I mean, good God, they need to fire their rap guy.
Yeah, I know you'd love that. We'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they're about to start hunting the back or cancel their series. I'm really curious to see what happens with Hunt the Front here over the next 6 months, going forward with JCM and probably doing a national tour thing. We'll see what they do. They got a chance to be good out there. There's a lot of guys got a chance to be good at Eldora this weekend. I'm hoping to see my boy Corey do all right. He's got that new Longhorn cranked up. He led a good bit there at Bulls Gap, then stuffed right rear in the wall. And as y'all know, that's real easy to do over there at the Bulls Gap. So good tune-up for him. Just remember, we do have the Volunteer Speedway Scott Blomquist Memorial Flow Racing coming up. Not this week, but next. So, ain't that far away. We'll see what happens there. As all the big boys come down, Bobby Pierce is going to get out of the way and let Christopher Bell drive his car, and Larson's going to show up in the 6 car. We lost that dream, but it is what it is. So I guess we'll do the picks at the end, but is there any headlines you guys are looking for going into this? This is the last biggest headliner of the year, right? I mean, I know we still have the Dirt Track World Championship, but, this is kind of it. So what do you think about the world? Y'all got anything you're looking for? Anybody think's going to suck? Anybody think's going to be great?
Well, I'll just jump into the part. I hope to see some good paint schemes. I'm not sure if there's been any leaks on any paint schemes online, but that's what I like to see, and I'll kind of give a little grade next week. I'll kind of give my opinion on them, kind of like we did last time, like best, worst, and whatever we did last time. That was kind of fun to do. But like headline wise, we'll just have to kind of see. I mean, I'd be curious how the track changes throughout the weekend. Is it going to be rough? Is it going to be smooth? Just stuff like that, and hopefully it's good weather. And I just hope to see just some good solid racing, that everybody's able to get along out there for the most part. And I like to see a little bit of drama, but just give me some good solid racing is what I'm looking for.
JP?
I hope they race on a cow pasture every night, honestly.
Do you really?
Yes.
You know who's going to win if they do that.
Not Bobby Pierce, because he's going to break. That's the only chance anybody has.
He does break some, so. He's, everybody's always kind of had motor issues out there at Eldora too. So it's kind of a matter of having fresh engines and hoping they hang on.
No, here's the thing. Going into this weekend, do you realistically think anybody has a chance to beat Bobby Pierce? Realistically,
yeah.
Davenport.
Yeah, I mean, I think your top group of guys there all has a chance. Davenport, O'Neill, obviously RTJ, even Hoffman if they show up and unload right, like. Pierce taking a weekend off before it scares me. He's definitely on a roll, but, Eldora's one of those places you can get on a roll and then, like I said, you can wreck or blow up. It's not hard to do. And, you get behind in these events like this where you don't have all your points to lean on. Like, you get behind, you get in a B main somehow, and it's hard to do even though it's 100 laps. So we'll see. I'm curious to see if the tires are a bigger story than we want them to be or not. I know they've kind of been one, so we'll see what happens there. They did. I did want to point out they had that at Tyler County. They had a 100-lap race. That one that Hudson O'Neill won in the 6 Rumley machine. They had a halfway stop.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
I think I'd like to see that. Still, everybody needs to keep that on the radar. We'll see what happens. But other than that, I guess that about wraps it up. So we'll see what happens there. All right, moving on. NASCAR, Cup Series and Truck Series were the Darlington Motor Speedway, Darlington, South Carolina. Great facility, great track, great old track. The Xfinity Series was in Portland, Oregon, somewhere, I guess, pretending they know what they're doing. We'll talk about that in a minute. But truck race-wise, D.Y., I put the notes in here. I know you said you didn't get to watch much, but I'll let you handle it, and then I'll take Xfinity. And JP's really love the Cup race, so we'll let him handle that.
Sounds good. So, my boy Lane Riggs was on the pole for the big show. So, I like me some Lane Riggs. Good to see him hit up and get on the pole. Chandler Smith in the wall early. That's one thing about that track is they run the wall and they often smack it. So it sounded like Chandler Smith hit the wall, and then Corey Heim got around Riggs as the tires were starting to wear. So Corey Heim got stage 1. Stage 2 was Riggs around Heim, and then Lane Riggs got stage 2. So going into stage 3. Riggs and Heim, it sounds like them two are really going back and forth most of the race. So Riggs,
great battle.
Okay, so then Lane got around Heim with about a 40 to go, and then with 20 to go, Riggs had a flat tire. I think I saw that highlight. So he had a flat lead. Okay, And then then the caution comes out for the 52 as he got into the 44, and it saves the 34. So Corey Heim is he's been doing great this year. Got a lot of wins, so give him another win. And he's just kind of waiting on the announcement on seeing where he's going to go next year. So I'm curious on how it's going to go. Just waiting on this whole Charter situation, which a lot of that was going on as part of the news of the week, was back and forth with the court. I'll let somebody else get in the middle of that. I just, as a fan, I'll sit back and check on X on what Bob.
Denny said he was not allowed to tweet. I don't know if y'all saw that. I'm not allowed to tweet. Here's my tweet. Oh, that was funny as shit.
So anyway, just Corey Heim got the win, and it was just a great race between the Heim and Riggs, sounds like. So just one yellow.
And that's what there was only one yellow, no yellows in the first two stages. This was a good race and a good clean race. Them guys were tight the whole time. Like I said, it was funny because they went back and forth on each other and swapped stage 1 2 who saved their tires better. And then, like I said, Riggs got that flat leading, and I was like, damn it. I mean, we kind of got ripped off in my mind on having probably an all-time great Darlington finish. So, but it's good. Hedrick got second in that 19 truck, and he looked pretty good. It was he did like a throwback. I don't know if y'all caught that, but it was like the, what's that, the gray Ghost that Junior did the throwback to the one time. It's like gray and with black numbers. So, that's cool to see him up there and finger running good, but we'll see what happens. So, all right, Xfinity race, pretty much what you know is they went to Portland. They did a one-day show in Portland with no pit crews. The Xfinity Series has got to have live pit stops, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's when you go to a minor league baseball game, do they not have a seventh inning stretch? Do they not rake the dirt? Do they not wear uniforms?
Hey, I'll tell you what, though. If you go to a minor league doubleheader, they don't play 2 9-inning games.
They don't do that. You are correct there. But it's not as long as the NASCAR Cup Series race anyway. So, actually, it was a fairly long race for them, believe it or not. It was a good chunk of laps. I have this pulled up somewhere. I was surprised at how many laps this race was. It was 78 laps, 153 miles. It was a pretty long road course race, actually. So, but yeah, Connor Zilisch pretty much dominated the race. I know that's a big shock to everybody to hear that. He led 70 out of 78. Austin Hill had kind of wrecked his way to the lead there, as JP had predicted.
Shocker.
And he was looking good, man. Then they had a late caution. I mean, Austin Hill's kind of run away that had a late caution that put Zilisch back in there. And then basically at the end you had 2 restarts, and these guys went full crazy BS. William Zilisch was trying to wreck half the field. Sanchez trying to wreck half the field. Christian Eckes. I mean, if you just read this results right here, you look at these names, everybody's trying to wreck half the field. I mean, you know that. Connor Zilisch, on the first restart, missed the corner. They had this thing down there in Turn 1. I don't know if y'all remember when they had the Indianapolis road course. They had that weird thing at Turn 1 where Ross basically ran the Joker lap. Connor Zilisch essentially did the same thing, except that he did not run the whole thing. So they had that thing set up like you're supposed to go up, and then you turn around, go back down, then out, like a U shape. Well, Zilisch was just missing the turn and cutting through one part of that and then making the turn back that way. So he was like, if it was a W shape you were supposed to drive, he was only driving a V. If that makes sense. He's making one turn instead of 2, basically. And so he goes in this restarts with Zilisch, which Zilisch is a pretty good road course racer. We don't talk about him a lot on here because he's never runs, honestly, competitively in these Xfinity races. He hasn't been yet. The only thing you're ever going to see him good at is probably a road course for a while still. He's young, but he's dominating down there in the ARCA cars and all that, but so he wants to win because he needs to get in the playoffs and everything. Let's just win and you're in. And so he bumped and banged, and Zilisch ended up with a big tire rub on the second to last caution, and about ended his day. But he ended up getting back to the lead, and then this restart for overtime, he didn't even try to make the corner. I mean, straight up, he was like, well, I didn't get penalized for what I did last time, and it was faster. So he went in there, acted like he was going to take the corner, locked her down, cut back to that little thing, and NASCAR said he's good. He comes out with a 4-second lead, pulled away while doing this. They have the overhead helicopter or blimp shot. You watch it, if you watch this race, you know what happened. People are making excuses saying, well, everybody else wrecked in the corners why he got so far away. No, he figured out how to win. And here's the thing, he already had 27 wins this year. So Why not try it? Because if he stayed there next to Swalich and Sanchez, Eckes, and Austin Hill, he was going to get wrecked, right? Like I don't blame him, but especially after NASCAR let him get away with it. But terrible officiating on NASCAR. Good news, we're not going back to Portland next year. We're not going to have to worry about that. But I like the concept of running that little pattern, for your penalty instead of the stop and go or whatever. It makes it a lot less black and it's a lot more black and white when you do that. But the problem is when it's black and white and then you let somebody run in the green. Well, that's not black or white. That's green. So I don't know. He's got to do better than that. It's stupid. It pissed me off. I think Williams Wallet should file an appeal and see if he can get in the playoffs. I feel like he has some kind of appeal this. You can play a game under protest in other sports. I don't know how it is in racing, but file something. Just add it to the Michael Jordan lawsuit. He's got money anyway, so just add it to that. So,
here's my suggestion to NASCAR.
Yeah.
They either need to talk to the FIA and figure out how to enforce track limits, because they enforce it in F1. They do. Or they can just put gravel everywhere that they don't want people to race in, which is what I think the better option is.
Yeah, so, I don't want to do the track limits thing, so I did have this idea. We talked about this after Watkins Glen, I guess. Go put, this sounds kind of dumb, but, take a salt truck and, go throw sand. Go throw sand out there off the racing line or something. You know what I'm saying? Then they would have no grip if they go out there, right? They'd wreck. The problem is then you'd have yellows coming out or whatever. But I don't know. They've paved all these runoffs. And for their track days and for other series, it's probably safer. And it's safer for NASCAR, but it's making it to where they're driving these just, not really racing lines. And,
They're racing on the part of it is not actually the track.
Yeah, so you either have to do the track limits like you're saying, or you have to, put something out there to stop them. So I don't care either way. The good news is they're not doing that. Now, one other thing I want to point out is Portland, and I don't know how many people are there, but this racetrack looks like dadgum Kingsport Speedway, boys. If you can take the Xfinity Series, that Portland Raceway that has dadgum scaffolding and no stands, basically, then we can run the Truck Series at Newport, at Kingsport, at Hickory, at Five Flags, and they need to get on that. I'm telling you, they need to get on that. No excuses. Truck Series should be running short tracks all the time, other than maybe a Charlotte. I think Charlotte, Darlington. I think Darlington's a good place for them to go. Maybe Richmond, New Hampshire, 1 mile tracks. But trucks need to be 1 mile tracks and under, plus super speedways. That's my opinion. My opinion only. Fry me if you want to, but we'll see what happens there. So that's pretty much it. Anybody surprised that Connor Zilisch got a win on a road course in the Xfinity Series?
Not at all.
Yeah, I figured.
Now, can we talk about how when he was climbing out of his car, he still had his window net on the outside?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what a dumb.
He's the only driver that I've ever seen do that. Every other driver, when they climb out of their window,
they tuck it in.
They tuck it on the inside.
Yeah, you think he would learn? Maybe they'll tattoo it on his hand so he knows next time, or put something on the dash. He did. He went out the roof,
but then climbed through the window.
That, but
he just stood out the roof.
I know. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm sure that's is that on Trackhouse or is that on Junior Motorsports? Which is that on? Both.
What?
To tell him to get his shit together.
It's on both of them
inside the car. Yeah, I don't know. He's on contract Trackhouse, so. I guess, if I was Justin March, I want to be protecting my investment. So, they announced a 10 truck. We didn't talk about this, but we kind of missed this. They announced a 10 truck for Colleague. They got that number. So, Ty Dillon, he's running the 10 Cup car this year. Is it going to be Ty Dillon, we think, in the 10?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah. We'll see what happens there. It's interesting. Allmendinger had a good run. Somehow in a Colleague car this week. Thought that was weird, but I figured he'd be cut off. But maybe it's good they're cut off. Maybe they're doing all there on his own. So, Cup race, JP, I'll let you handle it. I know you just
your
really enjoyed
synopsis
it.
of the Cup race. Lap 1, Josh Berry forgot how to drive, tried to take out the whole field, and then Chase Briscoe won all the stages in the race. And there's about no excitement anywhere. It was boring. NASCAR needs to fix their cars. It's a bunch of.
That's fair. I know you didn't get to watch a lot of this because you were driving home, but the end of this race was good. The last 30 laps.
I saw the last 30.
Was going to be good. The problem was in the last 30 laps, Tyler Reddick couldn't get. Essentially, at this track, it's 0.4 of a second. Once you get within that, like you're too close and you just slide the nose. And he made those couple of runs where he like went in high and then turned underneath him to get clean air on the nose, and made that a couple times. And then Briscoe's spotter's like, "Hey, block that air," and then that's all it took, and he couldn't ever touch it again. But here's what I thought was interesting and real telltale to that whole thing: the 19 car was leading. Reddick was 0.4 behind the leader. Third place, Eric Jones, was 0.8 behind the leader. And fourth place, John Hunter Nemechek, was 1.2 seconds, 0.4 every time. Separated the same distance back to car. That should show you right there the air problem.
Distance where the air starts.
That's exactly what it is. Like, I mean, and it changes second wise, obviously, in feet. It changes, track to track. But I don't know. It was pretty obvious to me because, like on TV, they did a good job playing it up. Like Eric Jones was closing and like John Hunter Nemechek was closing. I think Reddick was better than Briscoe, but then I think he cooked his tires and Briscoe figured out how to air block him, and lead matters. And Briscoe had a really good car too. I mean, don't get twisted. I'm not saying they didn't, but I do think on that last run, Reddick was better. And just how that track kind of works. If you're good early, you're not usually good late. So, but had track position, held on to it. Lots of pit road issues for playoff drivers, man.
Yep.
Hedrick, my boys, did these two helmets over
here.
Go
get their ass kicked this week.
I mean, boys.
Every single employee at Hedrick Motorsports in the Cup division, whatever, they all need to be getting their ass chewed. Every single one of them. The best
car finished 17th. 17th. Alex Bowman pitted without the pit gun plugged into the pit box.
How do you even do that, bro?
I don't know. Were they like trying to cheat somehow? All right, it's legitimate. Maybe they unplugged the hoses to like recoil them in the pit boxes and then plug them back in. I don't know. That's still the weirdest thing. Maybe somebody, grabbed it. I don't know. But Alex Bowman finished behind Riley Herbst, which tell you how bad he was. Christopher Bell had issues. A lot of playoff guys with issues. Josh Berry, Shane Van Gisbergen, Bowman, Bell, Austin Dillon, William Byron, Joey Logano, all finished outside the top 20 as playoff drivers. So that Joey Logano to not transfer through, JP, we're looking pretty good on that currently. But if Hendrick can't get it together, Chase is definitely not going through either. So we'll see.
He needs to retire.
I did like Chase's comments that we came back for a top last. That's pretty good on pit road, showing his frustration. But then today he's got to realize he was the top finishing Hendrick car, as bad as they were. Allen made some different pit calls, kind of got burned on a caution there. I actually thought it was going to work out for him. Carson Hocevar said it was the worst car he'd ever drove in his career, still somehow managed a top 10. Denny Hamlin looked good. All Toyotas were good in this race, really.
If your car didn't say Camry on the front end, then you kind of sucked.
Yeah, other than A.J. Allmendinger, oddly enough, and Kyle Busch squeezed out in 8th. I mean, good race for Allmendinger. I did not have him getting a top 20 on the roster for the rest of the year, and he finished 5th. So definitely driver's track. I don't know how Eric Jones – I picked Eric Jones to win this race. I thought for a second maybe it was going to happen. He finished 3rd. So I don't know. Good for Briscoe. I like Briscoe. I listened to him on the download last week. I don't know if y'all listened to that. If you didn't, I'd recommend it. It's a good episode. Just kind of talking about, where he's at now versus where he was, and the whole Bass Pro Shops thing and everything. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know. The cars are terrible. We know that. No point in beating it up on it because they're not going to do anything. 100 horsepower is not going to fix it. Honestly, I had this thought. 100 horsepower might make it worse because they're just going to push the speeds up a little bit, and it's probably going to make the aero dependency worse.
They just need to get rid of the next-gen car and completely and go back to the teams building the cars and have an actual horsepower, not a damn truck motor in the car.
Yeah.
Put them on a real tire. Get rid of
the
single lugs.
Yeah, there's
Get
a long
rid of the
list.
stupid sequential. I mean,
Independent rear suspension.
Let's make
just junk the car. Let's just get the Xfinity cars with 1,000 horsepower and it'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, so I thought back to the race I went to with my sister there. Watched Hamlin and Larson battle down to the end, and it was the same but not the same. Like they had the ability to turn the car and be loose and slide the car, and you slide in these cars, you pretty much wreck it, right? So I don't know. It is what it is. Not gonna complain about it because there's not much I can do about it. But I like dirt racing for a reason, you know. So we'll see. It's gonna be Aero dirt race this week at Eldora, though. For those of you that are watching, congratulations, enjoy that. But other than that, I don't have a whole lot. Next week we're going to some great tracks upcoming here. Worldwide Technology for the Cup Series and Xfinity Series, also known as Gateway St. Louis, even though it's in Illinois. It's kind of weird how that works. We'll be going up to St. Louis here. We're only about a month away, so I'm sorry, 3 months away. So y'all be ready for that. Have a good time. I got a Hawaii trip between now and then, so we'll see what happens there. But as far as our pick'ems go, I did get the dub via the tie. I had the Xfinity car, the 88. D-Watt did have the 20 RT to get the win, but the tie was the second place finish of Jonathan Davenport to the 20 RT. Ricky Thornton Jr. did get me the tie, so hate to tell you, but now me and JP are tied at 11. D-Watt's at 7. He's got to close hard here as we wrap this thing up. What'd be perfect is if somehow we could tie this baby up going into the Gateway Dirt Nationals when we're there, because then it'll be lit on those picks. So we'll see what happens. But I hadn't picked what we're picking this week. I guess it's going to be Cup, Xfinity, and what do you call it? Cup, Xfinity, and Eldora. I guess.
Yep.
So, I kind of want to do like an Eldora dark horse pick too. We'll throw that in at the end, just see what happens. So, we'll go there. Let's see. I won, so I'm last. D-Watt, you're lowest down on the scoreboard. We're gonna let you go first. So,
all right, let's go. NASCAR Cup Series at St. Louis. Let's go with William Byron.
After how bad they were this week, you can have him, dog. JP?
Give me Bobby Pierce at Eldora. I mean, damn.
Bobby Pierce at Eldora for JP when I go with that out. I will take Xfinity. Just go ahead and give me the 88 because he wins every week. I mean, they can't have any non. Well, they could still have a Cup driver, and I'm still taking the 88 Xfinity. Give me that.
Okay. Give me Xfinity. Give me Justin Allgaier.
Again, 2 weeks in a row. It's already in there. Look at that. It works out great. I see how this is going to go. JP, Xfinity or Ford Cup, whatever you want to go with here.
You know what? Give me the 11 again in the Cup race.
That's probably not a bad pick. He was pretty good this week. If he didn't have those clutch issues, I'm not sure that he wouldn't have won still. But all right, give me. I got the Cup pick and I got the dirt race. This is it. Give me 77. This is gonna be the week. I think this is gonna be the week. A little bit slower track.
20 weeks have been the weeks. I mean,
I didn't pick him last week, so I'm gonna pick him this week though. Give me the. We should be picking the 19. I think Briscoe's about to go on one of those playoff tears if you really want to know. But we'll see. D-Watt, guess I need your dirt one.
Eldora, give me Jonathan Davenport.
Oh, dang it. You had the 20 RT in here. I was hoping you were just going to stick with it, and I was just not going to change it. But I'll give you the 49. I think he's going to probably wreck the 32, so I don't like that one. But Xfinity, JP?
Oh, man. Give me Sam Mayer.
You're welcome. I already typed it in there. Did you see me type that, or did you?
No,
just...
I didn't. I was completely blank.
Yeah, I literally typed that in there and went on up to my dirt pick because I knew that's what you're going to go with. I'm going to vote for the biggest party we could have in Eldora dirt history. Give me the 11 of Josh Rice to get the win. They struggled when they were out there in June. Give me the 11 to come back with a vengeance and get it done. Okay, that's bold, but I don't know. I feel like, you go there, you struggle, you have a real bad one. He's definitely be flying under the radar, if he's even there, which I'm assuming he will be. But also watch the 10 car. Just like, I think you guys should watch him. But let's do, just for fun, let's do like a dark horse. This isn't a pick. Just throw one out there, like somebody that you wouldn't expect. Obviously, I picked Rice from main pick, so I'm not going to take him. But just pick one.
23B, baby. Let's go.
And the Longhorn, baby. And the Longhorn. So wait, hold on. So I want to go back to that. It's like, okay. I mean, what What is a good World 100 for a guy, like for a regional race like that? Like, what is a girl? This is a good discussion. What is a good finish? Is make the feature good enough? D-Watt, you think that's good enough? Like,
I say you need to make the feature and give me top 15. Top 15,
I feel
top
like
10.
So, like, legitimately, if you go pull up the Dirt on Dirt power rankings, great website. If you don't have a subscription, go get one. If you go pull up power rankings, Corey's in the top 25 right now. Like, I think he was 21st last week when I looked. So, if you say 26 cars make the show, he should be in the feature, right? For sure. I don't know. I think Hedgecock makes shows good, but top 20, I think, is my number. So, I thought it was interesting to say top 15. So, I don't know. But if you're some of these guys, just make the show. I mean, if you're Vic Hill and you go up there, make the show, right? I mean, and unfortunately, even some of these guys on the national tour, like that struggle, just make the show, and you do pretty good. But tell you what, what's your dark horse one?
Oh man, give me Hunt the Front, Joseph Joyner.
That's not a dark horse. Let's dig deep.
That's
down
a dark
in there.
horse. I mean,
He's got a good-looking car.
All right, you can. Okay, I see what we're doing here. We'll have raps of the week next week too. Y'all be sure to watch. Pick your favorite rap. If I do decide to go crazy and drive up there, I'll go ahead and get JP his T-shirt. I'm sure they'll have one. So
I will never wear it.
You said that about that Heartbeat hot sauce, and I've seen you wear it twice.
I won't ever wear any piece of Hunt the Front merch.
It's like other dark horse picks here that, like, you'd like to see. Like, man, we're the East Tennessee boys, so anybody from Tennessee we'd like to see do good. Todd Morrow went to the Baltus Classic, so does that mean he's going to run?
Whoa!
Like,
What a pull right there. That's a deep classic, son.
I know, that's what I'm just like, wouldn't it be cool if somehow somebody like that pulled it off? It's probably not going to happen in today's day and age, but I'd love to see something like that. I actually think like somebody like a Corey or on that same level as him, I think one thing he's got going for him is he's got a new car. I think one thing he's got going against him is the Eagle Race engine. Sorry. I just don't know if it's going to be enough, but
Mike Marlar.
Owens.
I guess he'll
Mike
be there.
Marlar. Mike Marlar, he'll be there. He was there. He was there Sunday too.
Oh, okay.
He died. I didn't even look to see who won those features last night. He was definitely up front. Overton was up front. Overton
Kyle
was there.
Strickler there?
Strickler, I don't believe I saw Strickler, but I honestly didn't look that hard. I was busy watching football, so sorry, folks. But my other sport is now cutting into the time, so. We'll see what happens. Our winners, I'm pulling it up right here. They had 2 features, and the winners were Ricky Thornton Jr. and Kyle Bronson.
Oh.
So, KB40. So he was up there. Have not seen him up there in a while. Kyle Strickler was there. He finished 7th in his. He also had some guys like Jackson Heiss, Brennan Smith. It's like, I don't know how many of these guys are going to be there. Todd Morrow finished 18th in his feature. Evan Kohler. All these guys are up there. So, like, this is the one race a year kind of, here's my other question. What do you think car count's going to be, 100 or less? There was less than 100 when they ran the Dream, right? Like 80?
Yeah. I'd say just less. It's going to be like 96 or something.
89.
I think there'll be more than 100, actually. I think that this one's going to have a little bit bigger pull because the fact that they're going to run twin features Thursday and Friday night. I think that helps the car count a little bit. Because you get to race. I think a lot of them guys are like, well, I'm not going up there to race one night from Tennessee or wherever. Also, weather's good. It'll be weather dependent. Good time of year temperature wise. I don't know what the weather forecast is, but we'll see how that goes. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I definitely look forward to watching that. If I don't go, which I kind of got permission to go, so I really might go. But if I don't go, I guess I'll watch it on my new 75-inch TV. Got that hooked up after the podcast last week. Corey Hedgecock finished 4th in his feature, by the way. Behind Ricky Thornton Jr., Mike Marlar, and Tyler Erb. Ahead of Brandon Overton, Josh Rice, Trey Mills. So Trey Mills will be awesome if we can see him do good up there. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe Jimmy Owens will do something. I don't know. I'm pulling for 23V. Hopefully he gets something done. We'll see. But other than that, one more minute, JP. What you got? You got some Formula One for us?
Whoever went into McLaren's F1 team and tampered with Lando Norris's engine, you need to do that for the next 9 weeks, please, or next 9 races. No, he just blew an engine in the race.
So we're making excuses.
We need that to happen for the next weeks. Just to
how many more races do they have left?
I think they have 9.
Okay. All right, that all you got?
Yeah.
D-Watt, what's your one hot minute?
Oh, man, it was prime time on Friday night, but Georgia Tech come in there and took care of that business, so it was good to see Georgia Tech get the win. I watched it at my parents' house, so my dad and I were glad to see Georgia Tech get the win. This is supposed to be the year, but we all know how that goes. If you're a Tech fan, usually fumbling and throwing an interception, something like that. The Vols got the win over Syracuse. I got on the way up to Nashville. I had that on the radio, so that was good to see the new announcer. He gets a little excited. He's a little bit of a yeller, but I don't know. I thought the radio broadcast was pretty good on the way to Nashville. I listened to it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Mike Keith. For the record, you're Georgia Tech. So I was talking to Pops about this borderline because he really wanted to see Dion choke on a chain too. But I don't know if you've looked at y'all's schedule, but you ought to go look at y'all's schedule because y'all might be playoff eligible, honestly. Like, you go beat Clemson somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't play nobody. Nobody.
That's true.
So,
Georgia and Clemson are the two best
Georgia
teams.
and Clemson is it. Your next best matchup is either Virginia Tech or Pittsburgh. So you got Gardner Webb next week. So good luck with that one. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, my one hot minute. Michael Jordan, welcome to NASCAR, but you're getting kicked out. It's official. You idiots that think they're going to sign an agreement, they are not signing an agreement. If you guys have not seen the text messages that were released this week, you're going to want to go see that. They said X amount of millions is what it was going to cost Michael Jordan, and he said, bitch, I burnt that in a casino one night. No problem. I got it. And so Michael Jordan, some of those texts I think are embarrassing that they pulled out, and it really makes them look bad. I feel like they're going to lose this case. I don't know where that ends us as a sport. NASCAR's apparently trying to sell the charters right now because they're that tired of it. I think both these sides, this is one of those that the later you get, the more dug in everybody gets, and the agreement's just not going to happen. I don't see Denny or Michael coming in and signing an agreement. So what does this mean? I don't know. I know that NASCAR has the crappiest race cars on the track right now. The teams, it was official that there was some talk of teams starting their own league. Right, like it has been talked about. If you did that, what would you need, JP? A ton of money. How much money does Michael Jordan have? 4 tons of money. So, I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of people don't understand how much money Michael Jordan has. I think people think about Michael Jordan as an athlete. You need to think about Michael Jordan like Elon Musk. Like, he's got so much money. From the Nike stuff, and it's not really from just playing basketball, it's the endorsements, and really it's the Nike, right, at the end of the day. So we'll see what happens. I think Michael and Denny are going down a bad road. It's interesting because you still see Denny out here driving, doing his thing, and I just wonder how much that weighs on him as the playoff goes. And then the dream story here is that Denny wins the championship and then gets out of the car and talks crap about NASCAR in victory lane, right? Like, I mean, like, we kind of all want to see that a little bit, right?
No, we don't want to see Denny win the championship. I don't know who the hell you're talking for. Not me.
I mean, Denny, you don't want to see that, but it would be a little bit ironic if your team chaos. That's what you want to see a little bit. But we all know Denny doesn't have it in him. He's the best Mark Martin out there. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, Michael Jordan, welcome to NASCAR. But you're about to lose. Hey,
man, here's the thing.
Get the money ready.
You can't say either side's going to win at this point. There's no chance in hell of anybody knowing right now.
I mean, they haven't won a single thing they've done yet. I don't know.
You don't know what you don't know is at the end of the day.
Okay, at the end of the day, NASCAR owns NASCAR, and it's not the NFL, and it's not college sports, and it's not MLB. Like, this is different. They own it. They own the tracks. They own a lot of it. It's structured differently. If the teams want to structure it like a sport, let me ask you this: are they ready to step up and buy racetracks so they can have their home races? Like, is MBM Motorsports ready to step up and purchase a racetrack? No. Even is Colleague ready to purchase a racetrack? No. Right?
Does NASCAR have the specific thing in their whatever agreement it is that all the sports leagues have that are eligible to operate as a monopoly? Probably not.
I mean, I don't think they're operating as a monopoly. there's no other competitor. It's not like they bought them out. They're not operating it. This is not like some conspiracy to a monopoly. They're the only one. Start another one. Find out what happens. If they start another, this is a good hypothetical debate. They start another league. Who does better, NASCAR? Let's just go. And I hate to do this, Dale Jr., but hypothetically, let's say they lose this case. 2311 says, okay, screw it. We're going Cars Tour racing next year. They put good cars, they put good drivers, and they go out and they get the Cars Tour a TV contract with Fox. I'm going to say Fox because Fox is a little irritated with NASCAR, right? What happens? Who does better ratings-wise? Who does better fan attendance-wise, NASCAR or the Cars Tour next year?
NASCAR, because Fox's coverage sucks.
I say NASCAR.
And because you wouldn't have Hedrick Motorsports, Penske, Gibbs. They're not leaving NASCAR. They're not doing it. That's their thing. They make money there. And even Michael Jordan makes money there, right? Like, they're making this stand, and it was fun. It's a fun game, but they lose in the end. And then what does that mean for them? I mean, I guess they would have the opportunity to rebuy those charters. That sounds expensive. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I think I hate that this is where we're at with the sport. This is no different than like when me and D. Watt were in high school and you had the MLB players and NFL Player Association. They had a lockout and all that stuff. Like it's no fun. Like we don't want this in NASCAR, but it is what it is. And unfortunately, it's been part of the playoffs as long as these teams are still a part of it. So we'll see what happens going forward. But other than that, thank y'all for being here. It's been a great show. Y'all go watch a race somewhere. JP said he's going to watch a race somewhere this weekend. Probably not, but I don't know. I go to the NASCAR race. I guess it's not that far. I mean, if I really want to be crazy, I could leave the house Friday night. Well, Friday right after work. Y'all know what time I get off. I could drive straight to Rossburg.
10:30 a.m.
Camp in the car, watch that. We'll go from there to St. Louis and then drive home. That'd be a weekend.
Don't let anybody fool you. Casper, the host here, is a part-time worker. He gets off at 10:30 on Fridays at the latest.
It's not true, Tom. It is not true. All right. It's nice talking to y'all. Hope you have a great weekend. D-Watt, you got anything fun you're doing this week other than podcasting and watching race?
My nephew has a football game, so I'm going to go check out some Little League
Is he
football.
in high school now?
He's in middle school, so he's playing on the middle school team. So I'm going to go check that out on Saturday. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I saw niece on Sunday night, so I got to eat dinner with my niece on Sunday night at the college, and then I'll get to see my nephew play football Saturday
That's
afternoon.
awesome.
So that'll be cool.
Oh, if I don't go to Eldora, I'll be downtown Neyland Stadium tailgating.
Oh, yeah,
not
they're
going to the game, just tailgating.
ETSU,
going
that's
home.
right.
It'd be a tough one, but I think we'll be able to get the beers down. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, thank y'all for listening. Y'all have a great week. Appreciate you. Hang in there. If you're a Georgia Bulldogs fan, you suck. See you. Bye. Thank y'all for listening to the Caution Flag Contemplations podcast. Our theme music is Hard as Steel by Alex Productions. Thank you all for listening. Hammer down. Find a good race to watch. We'll see you next time.